Hey now, and welcome down to KC Toy Reviews. We are here today with Lord Drakkon by ThreeZero. That's right, one evil goddamn Power Ranger known by Tommy Oliver lies in front of us. So, as always, let's go ahead and dive right in. You might have one deep, lingering question, that is, well, who the hell is Lord Drakkon? And I can tell you, Lord Drakkon, unfortunately, is an alternate version of one of our favorite Power Rangers, Tommy Oliver. I do want to note he is an alternate version from an alternate reality, so he is not exactly the one that we love from the Power Ranger series. Lord Drakkon has lived on purely through the comics. Unfortunately, he has not made his live-action debut on television yet. With that said, there is a YouTube trailer-ish movie which is actually with the original Power Ranger. Jason Frank does actually play the Ranger, so it does feel official, it does feel real, but again, he just hasn't entered the TV series. He hasn't made his live-action debut, which one day we hopefully see that happen. Next up, I want to note that if you are a fan of the Power Ranger line by ThreeZero, we do have the Ranger Slayer next. I think that's going to come out between August and September. The only reason I note that is that, well, in front of us, Lord Drakkon is actually responsible for the creation of the Ranger Slayer. Again, another alternate version of a Power Ranger we know and love, and that's Kimberly. Lord Drakkon basically brainwashed Kimberly, turned her into a Ranger Slayer, and between the two of them have racked up a ton of Power Ranger kills. So, again, they are very dangerous villains. Now, what you see in front of us is both a combination of the White Ranger and the Green Ranger. So Lord Drakkon basically tied those two together, created this badass armor, and wow, it just pops on screen. I really can't stress how amazing this thing looks. ThreeZero has done a fantastic job pulling these things straight from their source, putting them in front of us, and not only putting them in front of us with this fantastic quality and look, but price point as well. I want to say that this guy ran between $140 and $160, being that he was exclusive. And the only reason I want to note that is quality-wise between this, the White Ranger, and the other one is very similar. Now you can get the other ones between $90 and $120. So these price points that ThreeZero is popping these Rangers out are amazing, and it is hard to say no at every single one of them. I'll say if anybody out there, whether it be a third party or ThreeZero, gives us a 1/6 scale villain, whether it be Goldar, Rita, something classic or new, I just would love you. I would hug you. I would love you forever. I would just be at your mercy. I just pray that somebody gives us a 1/6 scale villain, because they're just popping out the Rangers, and that's fantastic, but eventually it's going to get stale. It's going to feel stagnant, just changing up the colors and a little bit of the armor. What we need to do is look to the future. What can we pair these guys with? What will they contrast with a lot better? And man, I just would freak out if there was a company that started producing 1/6 scale Power Ranger villains. Crossing my fingers, we see that eventually. So I just quickly wanted to know, you might be thinking, hey, what am I looking at here? What are we looking at here, Casey? Well, I'll tell you what we're looking at. Nothing. We're looking at nothing other than these sexy Power Ranger legs. And the reason being is ThreeZero continues to produce 1/6 scale figures without a stand. It boggles my mind. ThreeZero produces Transformers that have these tremendous bases and stands that come with them. And note that Transformers stand up way better than a 1/6 scale figure, especially over time. The fact that they are going out of their way to give us Power Rangers, Naruto, and Walking Dead without stands, I'm not going to lie, it's starting to piss me off. And there might be a little joke there, but, it's serious. Why make us go and buy an extra stand? Just jack up the price, $5 or $10 more bucks, and we'll buy it. We want a stand with our figures, ThreeZero, please. Just be on no stand with this figure. What you see is what you get, and that being these two weapons. Typically, all of these ThreeZero Rangers are coming with one-ish weapons, and the only reason I say ish is some of them have pieces that connect together. But like the White Ranger, the Green Ranger, they just have one weapon. So because Lord Drakkon is kind of that combination of both of them, obviously we do have the flute. And then we have the amazing White Ranger sword. Similar to the other White Ranger, the blade does extend here. Let's see if I can do this without knocking him over. Not very exciting, but it does extend back and forth. And overall, just fantastic detail. Seeing the flute, seeing the sword, it just brings back memories. I really feel it every time I see these figures. They remind me and are very reminiscent of my childhood because Power Rangers were a big impact on me. And wow, ThreeZero is knocking it out of the park with quality and price on these. And just quickly, I wanted to throw all Tommies next to each other and kind of show you the evolution of Lord Drakkon. As I mentioned earlier, Lord Drakkon is indeed a combination of the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. That's how he adopted his colors and his look. And of course, on top of that, it just looks amazing with all three of these guys next to each other. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to just display my Tommy Rangers in their own shelf besides one another because they just really pop. And I do just see that evolution of the suit having them next to each other. Wow, what a fantastic look on all three of these suits. And I know I say it like a broken record, but ThreeZero just really knocks it out of the park with these Rangers. And as most of us seeing these guys through lens just really reminds us of our childhood. Lord Drakkon being new and introduced in, I believe, 2016 might not be the same feeling for all of us, but because he's an evolution of Green Ranger to the White Ranger, now to Lord Drakkon, I feel it. I still feel the importance of this character. I cannot stress enough, this figure looks amazing. Just overall, ThreeZero did a fantastic job on these Rangers, and I look forward to what's next. Praying that we get some villains out there. All right, and there we have it. And again, as always, before we slap a score on this guy, let's go over some final closing notes. Lord Drakkon is one evil bastard. All he wants to do is slay and kill Power Rangers, and he has done that at a stunning, disgusting rate. As mentioned before, unfortunately, we haven't seen him on live action screen, and maybe they're saving that debut. Maybe they know fans want it so bad, so they're savoring that moment for us. Lord Drakkon and the Ranger Slayer, maybe that's coming down the line. Now, the body underneath the suit, double jointed, fantastic articulation, but over time I do feel like it's going to get a little loose. It does remind me a little bit of those sideshow bodies where I can already tell some of the joints are loose depending on the poses that I'm putting with it and the weight of what's in his hands. But I can't knock it too much because the price point is so outrageously great. I understand. Same kind of paperish leather belt. All the Power Rangers by ThreeZero have this paper printed leatherish belt. It's nothing to brag about. And the same thing with the holster on the side. But at first glance to the untrained eye, it's nothing you're going to notice. I just wouldn't mess with it too much. I think it does look great through the lens. I would just say quality wise, when you're actually playing with it and feeling with it, it doesn't meet the standards of normal 1/6 scale figures. But like a broken record, the price point of this guy is amazing. I kind of understand. We have a couple weapons, we have great contrast, fantastic head sculpt, and again, one of the most loved Rangers out there, Tommy Oliver, Lord Drakkon. And with all of that said, I think score-wise, these Power Rangers are up there. I can't knock too much. Like I said, the belt, yeah, they could go up there a little bit more in quality. The body, sure. But I am, which I normally don't do, going to tie a little bit of the price point into these. And overall, it's an 8.7 out of 10. I think if you did beef up the body, you corrected some of the materials on this guy. Other than that, I can't think of too much. It might be in the 9 category. But the weapons look great. It looks fantastic through the lens. I can afford buying every single one of these, so ThreeZero is either smart or trying to just destroy my wallet because they're coming out at such a fast, rapid rate. And I'm very excited for what's next. I think the Ranger Slayer looks like one of the best out of all of them, so very excited to get that up there. That's going to be it for us today here at KC Toys. We have the Power Ranger, Lord Drakkon, Tommy Oliver, lots of Power Ranger kills!